Well. I woke up this morning and was reading the news around the state of Texas, and I'm still trying to get more information because it seems very early in the news cycle, but apparently they found what are being described as IEDs or bombs, and they were active, they were viable devices in Dallas in a park being hidden like a cache of some type, or cache, however you want to pronounce it. And yeah, that's the kind of stuff that concerns the hell out of me. Hey, good morning, Southern Tier. And hey, Dan, thank you. And that kind of concerns the hell out of me. And this goes to my comment on Preparedness channel a couple of weeks ago, where somebody in the chat had asked, do you think we'll be invaded? We have boots on the ground. And I said yes, but it's absolutely viable, but they won't be in a uniform. They're going to be hidden among us. And, again, maybe, it could be one of those cases when you're looking for something, you might find it. Hey, Grit, good morning. Hey, JRC, good morning. But yeah, so Dallas PD called I think it was Dallas or Fort Worth, it was one of the two, wound up calling the FBI. The bomb squads went in and started removing devices. So now the park is shut down, and they're sweeping that park plus several others. But they said they were indeed viable devices. It wasn't like somebody put a bunch of firecrackers in a bucket and called it an IED. And hey, Farmer, what's going on? Hey, Coffee, good morning. And that's something that, hey, Grace, legally invaded. And they have, yeah, no, absolutely. And Dan's right. It wasn't legal. It was amnestied. I don't know if I'm using the right word for that. But yeah, it's to me, it's concerning when you think about it. Why were they in a park, like in the woods, right? So the chances of you like setting a landmine in a random ass park and committing some act of terrorism, yeah, you could hurt some random people. Somebody may not walk in that part of the park in the woods for 10 years. By then the bomb may not work anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and the way they were describing it, it sounded like they were being hidden, like they were cached or stored there. And yeah, that's something that worries me, because you won't see, we're so used to seeing like terrorism, like guys running through the street shooting people, and we don't think of the more subtle means that people like this utilize, where they decide, we're going to make devices quietly over months or years of time, and then go find them and activate them for whatever purpose. Because you think about it from a logistical standpoint, if I'm going to commit some act, I don't want to build everything right before the act, right? That's a lot of moving parts. I want to take my time. Hey, Coffee, no worries. I would want to build devices, make sure they're viable, and then hide them, and continue doing that till I have a stockpile. And then it's easy for me to get a helper and go deploy these things. My intel told me back in 2012 that certain restaurants that are in every cover, China's meant to be here and live on the cover. China's collaborating with cartels now. I absolutely agree. That's an easy way to do it, Southern Tier. And if you notice, like you go to the mall, there's like the Cajun food place, the Chinese food, there's always a Chinese food place, Cajun food place, and the Japanese teriyaki is all owned by the same family. And again, I'm not trying to be like, oh, well, Chinese people shouldn't own restaurants. Hell yeah, own a restaurant. But you look at a lot of the servers in some of the restaurants, they're all military-age men. It's the same as the immigrants that were coming in. The plane they just sent back to Venezuela had no women or children in it at all. It was all men between 17 and 40. That's military-age men, right? Used to be common until 2001, then Patriot Act. Okay, to Three Legs points, to Three Legs point. That sounded wrong, but you get what I'm saying. To Three Legs comment, that is not wrong. There have been a multitude of bombings around the country, but over time. But that being said, to find that many in one cache indicates that someone was planning something. Now, granted, a lot of the, like the Unabomber, when they finally figured out who he was, he had like a whole assortment of stuff. So my question is, why not hide it somewhere private? Why put it in a public spot? And that could be for others to pick up and use, is the only thing I could think of, is for somebody to go and, you know, I build whatever devices, I leave them in an area, and I tell them, okay, at this location, you're going to find the following items, and you can utilize them for whatever purpose you plan to use them for. And I think that, to me, makes more sense in my mind than a guy's just trying to squirrel away a bunch of devices. So, is Jared changed my screen name? Well, I saw the logo and I'm like, Three Legs limps with a cane. So wait a minute. So Three Legs, do you have four legs then? And if you count your schlong, is it five? I mean, I'm super curious now. I'm just fucking with Joe, actually. Three Legs limps with a cane, as opposed to Dancing with Wolves. That's funny as shit. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking, JRC. It was some kind of distribution point, because they said they were properly made and they were viable, right? And again, I've gone to the IED school, and it's not easy to do it correctly, right? People can make incendiary devices and blow shit up, but to do it in such a way that when the agents come over, they're like, yeah, that's totally doable. That's legit. Somebody took some time, collected materials, right? And think about it, since, and Joe pointed out, the Patriot Act, my daughter's high school has received a bomb threat this morning. Oh, for crying out loud. Miss America, what state or what part of the country? You don't have to reveal anything private. I'm just curious. But yeah, so you think about it, if you're going to use any kind of, and I'm not going to reveal contents of how to make this, but let's say you needed items A, B, and C, right? Like fertilizer, everyone knows fertilizer, right? You can't go buy a large quantity of fertilizer as an independent civilian unless you have a farm or you're an ag person. Okay, so Texas again. See, and that's concerning, Miss America, because they found a multitude, according to this article, and again, this is a very early article, so more information may come out. It may not come out. They may try and sweep it. But if I went to the effort, I went and collected all these materials over time so as not to get suspicion or not to arouse suspicion, and then I assembled everything quietly so as not to arouse suspicion, then I start hiding them in a designated area. Once that's complete, could I not then say, hey, I'll reach out to whatever affiliates and say, okay, the items are ready, because I can send a cryptic email or a text, right? Oh, your package is delivered at your box, and the box really means park, right? And off they go, and different people come and collect their items. And the bomb threats in schools are a pain in the ass. The swatting of people has started again. A SWAT team wound up at a news reporter's place because he was, I don't know, he ran his mouth about someone, and they called the SWAT team on the guy. These are the kind of things, when I say pay attention to your area, buy material, fertilizer, you just have. Right, and that's a good point, Joe. Yeah, you can steal it. But even if you buy it, if it's small quantities, no one's gonna really, it's not gonna flag anyone. But yeah, you can steal shape charges in certain places if you know where to look. So the fact that they were making them from scratch and they were hidden in a central place that was available and accessible to the public That kind of worries me. It's not like, oh, we went to, Unabomber 2.0's house and he had all his bombs there. Those are his bombs. Whoever was making them left them out in the public space, and I'm wondering, was it meant to trap people in the park? Because you could be waiting a long time. You hide a bomb in the woods, nobody may walk in that part of the park for 15 years. You'll be dead by the time the damn bomb goes off, if it goes off. So if they were hiding them in like a stash, the question is, probably don't start till coffee walks in. There you go. It makes you wonder, what is the purpose there? Was it a cache meant for others to pick up? So one person or a group is creating them, because then what you're doing now, you're segmenting the operatives, right? You tell group A, you guys make these devices and you drop them here, and don't ask any questions and just let me know when the devices are ready, right? So they do their part and they're disconnected now. And then you tell group B, oh, hey, group B, you go to this location and you're going to find your devices, and there you go. No longer constipated. Nice. So it makes you wonder. It really does. Pay attention to your area. If you see certain things that look out of place, certainly if someone's house looks like a lab, probably a red flag. Now, I will tell you, having taken that course years ago, a lot of the chemicals used to make meth are also used to make IEDs, and that's why they blow up all the time. I know that sounds terrible, I shouldn't be laughing, but that's why the meth trailers and the meth houses blow up out of nowhere. They're not intending to do that, but they have like 3/4 of the chemicals needed to blow something up or used to make the drug, and then that last quarter is different. So yeah, that's why the meth trailers blow up left and right, because they actually have not only all the compounds, but then they have the heat source from the cooking part, and they have propane tanks, and it just goes downhill. So yeah, in any case, folks, just something to be aware of out there. Pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to things that look out of place. Yeah, well, that's what I thought. I'm like, wait, they use these chemicals to make meth, and then people put that in their body? But then again, we eat McDonald's, and some of the stuff in that's not great, but it won't mess you up that bad, and certainly won't blow you up. Well, you might blow up in the toilet 2 hours later. Hey, Demo Man, Don, what's going on? So, yeah, pay attention to changes in your area. Just be mindful of what's going on around you. I mean, there's no way, unless you walked in the park and found it yourself, you'd be like, that's not right. You really wouldn't know, right? So I don't know if someone tipped off law enforcement and said, hey, somebody's doing something here, or if someone found it by accident. Someone was cross-country running in that park and saw it and actually understood what it was and went, wow, that's wrong. So pay attention to what's going on. Be mindful of changes in your neighborhood. If you pay attention to your community, you get to know the vibe of your area. Hey, good morning, Pilgrim. Good morning, Kane. You get to know the vibe of your area, and that's something good to know, because when something changes, you'll notice it. You'll see that change. So anyway, if I get an update on these IEDs and what they think it was or why they wound up there, I will come back online later today and let you all know. But that's it for this one. I just wanted to throw that out there. And considering Miss America just mentioned she had a tweakers occurring, the magnet on your microwave. That's true, Joey. Yeah, you would smell stuff if it's being cooked. But you don't. The IEDs are done differently, but there is like a cooking portion to it. So, or a blending, I guess you could say, under heat. But in any case, folks, yeah, and with Miss America saying they just had a bomb threat in Central Texas, do I think we're about to get blown up? No, not really. But clearly, someone was making something and leaving it out in a public, hidden area like that. to me feels like it was being manufactured and left there so someone else could pick it up and take off with it. So if I get an update, Magneto. Okay, that makes more sense, Joey. I appreciate it. Hey, Billy. So yeah, that's it for this one. If I get an update or I hear anything more locally, I will let everyone know. Pay attention to what's going on around you, folks. Dan, absolutely. They could be testing for response time, who's going to show up, in what quantity and force of magnitude they're going to arrive. So anyway, folks, be safe, be careful out there, and I will update you all later if I get any new news.